Hey guys, Dan and Elise here. Welcome back to the Deep Life. And today we're going deep on packaged food labels.
Yes, and specifically not being misled by the wonderful packaging that marketing companies come up with. So when you're in the middle of the grocery store, not on the perimeter, because that's where, the produce, the meats and stuff are. So if you need something that's in the middle, you're going to be captivated by a lot of colors, a lot of fancy decorations on these products that are really trying to market themselves as healthy when they're not. So you'll see labels that have all natural or pure or even organic that's been unfortunately just shot to hell within the past decade, what organic means. So when you're purchasing processed foods, if you see on the label that it's natural and all organic and healthy, make sure you're turning it around to actually look at the ingredients that are in there. That is so imperative, and I can't stress enough that ingredients, what something is made out of is the absolute most important thing. Because something can be labeled as organic, and if you turn it over and one of those ingredients is, say for instance, organic expeller press sunflower oil. Okay, red flag, that is a vegetable oil. That's a high linoleic acid that is so detrimental to your health. Put it back and run away from that packaged food.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if that's organic or not.
No.
That literally is toxic.
Toxic, like the worst thing that you could put in your body or put in someone else's body. It's so bad for you.
Yeah, so really the only thing that matters on a food label is the words that come after ingredients.
Yes.
So look out for how many ingredients there are, what they are, if you recognize them as real or not. Because it doesn't matter if it's all natural, like Lily said, if it's...
That's a marketing term.
What does all natural mean? A lot of words that don't mean anything that, the FDA allows people to put on packaging to trick you into thinking it is healthy. Basically, like a good rule of thumb is any package that says it markets as healthy isn't healthy. They're tricking you, they're manipulating you. Words like natural don't mean anything.
And that's going for what Dan means is it's good for your heart health or good for this. If it says organic on it, that is okay as long as you turn it over, read the ingredients, and they are natural and organic, and there's no vegetable oils or chemicals or anything like that. A lot of packaged foods are gonna have preservatives in them for the reason that it needs to be on the shelf for a longer shelf life. So that's why we try to avoid them. But we understand that you do buy packaged foods for certain occasions if you're having gatherings or barbecues, cookouts for the holidays. We know that processed foods is a part of life, but just be very selective with the ones that you purchase.
I think that's.
And I think one other thing that we want to touch on is if anything that's marketed as low fat or fat free, because
So when it comes to these processed foods, there's certain things that people love the taste of. It's evolutionary. It's just they taste great, and they're mostly fat and sugar. They're amazing. Everybody knows. You're not going to disagree that fat and sugar are amazing. So if they're selling you a processed food that doesn't have fat or sugar in it, they're replacing it with something. And that's something that's going to be hyper palatable and probably very, very bad for you. It's going to be mostly fake sugars, or they replace fat with sugar.
And think about it. That means the food has been modified. That's what modification of foods mean. I mean, of course, there's more into it, but when you're removing the fat or taking some of the fat out of something, you're taking it out of its natural source. And so that already right there is horrible for you, because you want something as close to how it should be in nature. That's what's healthy. Low fat foods really aren't. If anything, they're really
the worst version of food. You look at yogurt. If you're taking all the fat out of the yogurt, what is actually in there? What are you eating?
You need the fat.
Made from
There's a reason the fat's in it. Same thing with milk. Same thing with anything else. Yes.
Yeah, nature doesn't make mistakes. People do. So don't let those same people manipulate you with words that sound really nice when the answer's always on the back of the package. Look at the ingredients, know what you're eating, know how it was prepared, and when you can, prepare it yourself.
Always.
Because that's always going to be the best option.
And that's how you control what goes into what you make.